Hello everybody, this is Simon with the second episode of Let's Play Mega Man 5. The train wheels have come off, so it's time for some radical action and to ride the waves like all the cool kids do. Waveman stage is at the same time spectacularly boring and the most interesting in the game. It's probably the most hated level, but also the one that most people seem to remember. Let's check out those contradictions together, shall we? First of all though, a look at the weapon we last picked up. Charge Kick replaces your slide by the damaging blast you see here, which also makes us completely invincible to anything we're going through, which is a great boon in this first part of the stage, which basically only consists of obstacles and nothing in the way of enemies. Those tubes here suck you in, which you have to do, but actually jumping over them is not that easy because the hitbox, as is the case in many Mega Man 5 hitboxes, is kind of stupid. The one problem with Charge Kick, whoops, is that the invincibility runs out as soon as you get up from the slide again, meaning that yeah, I had to stop right there between those two blasts of air or steam or whatever. And we get to the bubble room. The bubble room is really stupid. The only thing good about this is the background and that I do not mind the stage theme too much. But yeah, the only thing you do here is wait around, and it's not even difficult or anything. It blows my mind why this room here got a shout out of sorts in Splash Woman stage in Mega Man 9. I mean, they basically read it completely. Only with added enemies it's still not much fun at all, as is this empty stretch here. But whatever. We get to the main portion of the stage, which is obviously somewhat different to what you'd expect from a Mega Man game. It's a very gimmicky auto-scroller on rails with tons of enemies that you have to shoot with a vehicle that doesn't really offer much in the way of usefulness, and really could have been a Rush variant. I mean, that's what we have him for, right? The basic tactic is just staying away from the left edge of the screen to avoid getting bumped into by surprise Joes. Also nothing really complicated. The thing is, I don't think that this section is particularly bad per se. More about that after we finish. This mini-boss. He's pretty basic but tricky to avoid, as he'll fire upwards when you jump and straight when you don't. You basically have to trick him into shooting where you want him to at the exact right time, which isn't too easy, especially when he's near you. Goes down quickly though. Excuse me while I have some fun with the lazy spriting. Back to the topic at hand. The main thing I begrudge this stage for is that it somewhat set the precedent for the horrible ride chaser stages in the X games. Compared to those, it's nothing to write home about. This second section is actually kind of fun, in that the dolphins are tough to dodge, but I find it satisfying to do so. Only problem, after... wait for it. This empty stretch, two of them assault you at the same time, which makes tracking the latter you have to get not exactly easy. At least you know when it's going to come by those signs. So in conclusion, this stage is at first empty, boring, shitty, then it gets a gimmick that's not really needed, but not at all aggravating in my opinion. It's bland as fuck, yeah, mn5.txt. That's what I call an intimidating cannon, by the way. But at least finally we're getting to kill something with the Charge Kick. Back to Waveman with the Buster. This boss is really peculiar because he has one of the most fixed patterns in all of the Mega Man bosses we've seen so far. He's always doing the same two things. First of all the water spout, then the harpoon, and jumps over to where Mega is standing. You can obviously exploit this, but the problem is the actual timing for this is somewhat tricky and I fail here a lot. Also one problem is that the water spout is random, which might trick you into walking into it and whoops. Well, that hasn't happened in a long time. Okay, let's do this for realsies. I have said it time and time again that I'm really inconsistent when it comes to video games. I mean, this is one take and I'm going to prove that I'm actually not too stupid to do this guy right now. So back to the water spout. The only thing you may not do is walk around when he's doing it, because you will most probably walk into it. this fight profits immensely from knowing exactly what you do and keeping your cool all the time, as is with most Mega Man 5 bosses, because they're so ridiculously easy once you see through their patterns. They're not too hard without seeing through them, but if you do see through them and keep your cool, it shouldn't be any problem. For indeed keeping our cool, we get a weapon that's one of the worst weapons in a game full of shitty ones. It's still got its uses, they are few and far between, but I will try and explore them as good as I can, but it's still really nothing that even remotely resembles good. We'll see about that though. For now, this was Simon with Let's Play Mega Man 5, and thank you very much for your attention.